I'm having a little glass of water before I go outside because it is very warm and very humid out there, so I need to be hydrated. And it rained a good bit last night, which is good because I'm after buying a load of plants, like a load of plants. Okay. Like, it's fine because here are my justifications. Hold on. Number one, it has been over a year since I bought plants for the garden. Ish. I didn't really buy that much for the garden last year, knowing that we were going to be making a mess of it with the extension. Okay. Number two, I just wanted some. Number three, what was number three? I'm working with an Irish brand, Quick Crop, and the job was over on Instagram, so I needed plants for the container garden because I'm so excited. Like, the more I look at the garden, the more I'm like, that's not enough like flower bed space for all the plants that I want and that I have. So we'll have like a lot of pots everywhere, and I love pots for like many different reasons, but I'll talk about that later. 4 is that my mum's friend had gotten me a voucher for the garden centre, one for Christmas and then one last week to kind of celebrate the opening of the jardin. So there's 4 reasons. So the first day I went to the garden centre and I was like, well, I'll just get what I need. And then it was weird. Like, I was like this in there. I was so overwhelmed and so excited, and it was literally just because I hadn't been in a garden centre with the intention of buying plants in so long. Because like anytime I would go to the garden centre between like last year and like now, I was just be like, oh. But this time I had a trolley and I was looking around going, so many lovely plants, and I was just putting the ones in that I like. Don't even know what I got. Okay. And then when I got home that day, I was like, well, for Quick Crop, I want to be able to create a few nice looking pots and containers. And I didn't, because I didn't have a plan when I went to the garden centre the first time. I needed to go back and look for like more stuff that would fit. So I went to the range in, where did I go? Santry. So a couple of months ago, I think it's happened like in the UK as well, a lot of the home-based shops have closed and are being replaced by the range. And there's a range kind of closer to me, but that doesn't have a garden centre. Whereas this range at Santry in Gulliver's Retail Park does. Like, it has the home-based garden centre space still. So I went in there yesterday looking for kind of trailing plants. So yeah. Well, I do a little plant haul and show you what I got. Let me just hide it. I already feel real clammy already. I don't do well with the clammage. I'm excited to show you my plants. I don't ask me what half the things are. I just bought what I liked. I know I've spoken about this before on here. So a couple of years ago, I saw Alan Titchmarsh on something, don't know what it was, talking about buying plants in the garden centre. And he said that it's good to go to the garden centre every month to buy what's in season, so that your garden always has something in like new stuff in season, because like things go over. And that's why I kind of like the idea of the container garden, because you can kind of mix and match as much as you want. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. So this is technically June that I'm doing the shopping for the garden right now, so I'll show you. And so like in July, if I need to buy some stuff, we'll start here. So I got one of these here. These are the guava, I think it's called. It's called the butterfly plant, and I have grown that before in pots, and I've done cuttings of it as well. Or I could do a cutting there, but I will be doing cuttings of that. I'm going to try and do cuttings for as many things as possible, so that I can get as much value out of these. And like, I think everything that I got is a perennial. I love these scabious, so I got them in the white and then in the purple. I got some Nepeta here, the catmint. I think they'll go really nicely over there, and also in pots along here because they love the sun. These things, what's that called? The Salvia nemorosa. Isn't that real vibrant? I love that. So I got those. And then I got those. Oh no, something fell. Okay, we'll start at this end. Now, I did buy some lavender plants because listen, my garden cannot be without lavender. I don't know what this is. what this is called. Hold on. That thing. It's Estoma Accelerus Blue. I just thought that was really pretty. And I liked that it had like lots of foliage. As you can see, I got some like trailing plants. I got like little fuchsias. These are all kind of like bedding plants. More kind of smaller Nepeta. I got a couple of astilbes. Like this one here. I think they're white. They work nicely. I love this so much. And this is just for foliage. It's called Coleus Campfire. I just thought it was unreal colour wise. Like autumny vibes, but like the fact that, look at the leaves underneath. They're like a purpley colour in the veining. So I want to get more of those. And then I thought that in a container they would be nice with these, the osteospermum. Because I think those colours tie in really nicely with that. And then I got this Anastasia Pink Lady. I thought it was pretty with the foliage. I got a couple of like salvias there at the back. These, thought that might be nice in here, or maybe one of the salvia amistads that I got. So we have, oh look at that. Cute. So I got more of the salvia amorosa, more lavender, a smaller guara plant because they were just a little bit cheaper. A few kind of trailing plants, another kind of osteospermum snapdragon, and then I got this. This is hydrangea limelight, and I've wanted one of these for years. I think they're going to be so fab. And then I got another hydrangea pinky winky. Oh, I love the sound of that. And then the salvia amistad, like that's like a good size one there. But I did notice, okay, remember that in this container I have salvia amistad that I've had for a couple of years now. So I've given everything like a feed. I put feed into this poor little dilapidated rose, but look, it's coming on, so that's good. So I feel like I have, you know, good colour greenery, and I'm going to really try hard not to overplant, because my plan of action is, because this tree here is going to go orange, like you can kind of see the start of it happening now. There's a look here. I might try and underplant it with kind of some of the same colours, and I might move these hydrangeas and kind of keep this as like an orangey, yellowy, purpley vibe. And look, oh, I did this the other day after I finished filming. I put the little bird bath. I need to fill that up. The rose seems to be taking on a little bit, and the star jasmine seems really happy there. Delighted with that. Let's see, because it's been raining, let's see how much of a swimming pool the greenhouse is. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, but oh, my little sunflowers. Like everything has to be potted on. Everything needs fresh soil. Oh, look at the zinnias. Cute. And look, my peppers are doing really well up there. But yeah, I haven't given the stuff the love in here, like the poor cosmos, the poor Amy May. So I'm going to give everything a proper water and pot things on over the next few days. I don't know if I'll get everything done today. I'm afraid you're going to fall. Hold on. I've already dropped my camera once in here before. I can't believe these little jarred sunflowers are still in the seed trays. I'm a terrible plant mom, but now is the time to kind of get cracking on everything. So I bought more tomato feed. I'm going to be repotting everything. I feel like I need to give the greenhouse such a good clean. Now it is supposed to be dry over the next few days, so I think what I'll do is early next week. It's windy. Natasha is helping keeping in here cool, but do you know what I'd love kind of down the road is to have kind of solar powered fans in here in a couple of places, just to kind of keep the air circulating, because the windows do open, like they're both open now, when it gets hot. Now it's very overcast today, so that's why it feels muggy and clammy. I'm just taking a break, mucky hands and all. I love getting the hands in the soil. So good for you, so good for the brain. So I'm after planting up a container. I love it so much. I love it. I'm going to show you. Like, I'm standing here smiling like an absolute weirdo. Now I feel like I could probably fit something else in here, and from this angle I'm going to fit another like ivy maybe in there, like one of these ivies. So I put a salvia amistad, that's like my pillar, and then for my fillers, I'm in love with this. I want to get more of them. It's called Coleus, and it's for the foliage. I've just never seen anything so gorgeous and vibrant. And I got the osteospermum. Like, I know that they will self-seed, they'll multiply, they'll be fab. And I can't remember if I said this, but like, I knew that the amistad is going to be like the star of the show, and I saw this and I was like, oh, that'll be nice with these. Then when I saw this, I was like, oh, that'll be gorgeous with the amistad because of the purple in it, like just the tiniest hints of purple like in the center. And then when I saw this, I was like, this perfect combination. Now I probably could fit another one if I do see one of those again, maybe slightly smaller. I'll get one for back there. And then I chose this ivy. I had a couple of them, but I wanted something just like regular green, but this has like the darker stem here, so I just love it. And I think that they'll be lovely beside this tree when it starts to change colour. And at the moment now I just have one of them, what's the thing called, clematis in there. I don't think I'm going to leave that there. I don't know what I'm going to put there. I'll leave it for now because I just want something to grow up there that kind of like ties in. Maybe a purple clematis. I don't know yet, but I just love this so much. Now, oh, sugar, I'm just leaving that there for now. That's a dahlia. I don't know what colour it is. I have a feeling it's like a peachy colour, so it might tie in with, you know, the osteospermum. We'll see. But I definitely do want to underplant this. I start to figure out with what. But I think with this, with those, I just love it. I love this little corner. I'm delighted with that now. Okay, I'm filming now for Quick Crop over here. I have you in amongst the zinnias, so I'll just leave you sitting there and we'll see if this footage is used at all. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to pot on finally. Oh my god, I'm such the worst plant mom ever. I'm going to pot on the tomatoes and I'm going to put them lined up along here, attached to either this or this, maybe this. We'll see. I'm sweating, it is so warm. Okay, so talk amongst yourselves. It smells so nice. Getting Quick Crop soil. And this looks ready. Oh, it is ready. Wow. So sweet. Okay, turning off both cameras so that I can go get a drink of water and then I'll do the rest of those and I'll show you what they're like in the end. It's so handy having that beam there though, to be able to tie the tomato plants. I'm on the last tomato plant and oh my god, I'm sweating. Whew, okay. to water them. Actually, I'm going to feed them. That's what I'm going to do. I have tomato feed. Oh my god, it's so hot. So I don't know if you can see, I have them here, the plants on saucers, so that when I go to feed them, they're not going to, like the feed isn't going to, what you call it, like run off into the greenhouse. So, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to give some of these a little feed, just for now, and then I will repot tomorrow because it is way too hot to do this now. Okay, I'm happy now that my little tomatoes are going to live their best lives here, and it clears up that space there for me. I feel like the peppers are doing well. That's about it. And in fairness, like the little sunflowers, my little jarred sunflowers. Oh look, pea. Oh, 2 peas in a pod. 2 peas in a pod. Oh, they're so sweet and crunchy. There is nothing nicer. Like I had a couple of the little tomatoes that had fallen off. I checked to see if some of the tomatoes were okay, just for like taste testing, and they were. So I am going to, so I'm glad now I left that saucer at the bottom because the feed is dripping out. But what'll happen is now it'll kind of soak back up because of the holes. Oh, is that a little cucumber? Oh. Can you see that? That is a cucumber. It's a little hairy one. Oh, there's a little baby! A little baby one. Can you see? Hold on, let me turn around. A little cuke. And then, where is it? That's the little baby. Look at my little sunflower. Look at my little... Do you know what? I think zinnias are so pretty. Like, look at all the little yellow blooms in there. Aren't they gorgeous? So cute. I've extra soil in the wheelbarrow. I'm going to just use that up to add extra soil in here with this olive tree, and into this, which is a little citrus tree, which looks like it has been decimated by the bloody slugs. Oh my god, this camera's going to be filthy, like I'm going around with mucky hands. I'm going to sign off for now. I'm just going to water everything. I don't want you to get wet, so I'm going to put you inside so that I don't soak you by mistake. But I feel like that was a nice day's work, do you know? I wanted to take a few before clips so that this time next year I can look back on these and then look at what the garden will be like then and be like, yes, this is what we did, this is what we started with, and the evolution of a garden just makes me so happy. So I first wanted to start by placing the pots of the plants that I wanted to put in the different areas, just to see what they look like, to see if I liked the configuration, and then also to look at them from different aspects of the garden. So I wanted to look at it from the 2 seats that I sit on, and from the patio itself. And this took a while, but you know what, it was just actually really relaxing because you're kind of looking at your garden intensely. Now I definitely need more plants for here, as you'll see. I'll kind of show you what I planted where and why and everything in a second, but it was just nice to kind of have a visual of everything. And like all along here at the side of the greenhouse I'm going to have pots, so these plants won't be living in those pots. I just wanted to put them there for now because that part of the garden gets so much sun. And then I wanted Mam to see it as well, because I was like, there's no point planting stuff if she doesn't like it or if she has thoughts. So I did that. She came home shortly after, and then we had a little look. As you can see, I've just laid everything out where I think I want it to be ish. Now up here I'm going to get like nice big pots for these plants, because that's what we're kind of going to be looking at from the back door, and the same for this side as well. Like I might put that geranium along there, we'll see, because I feel like with this little corner, like that's going to be like a little jeweled area. Then we have the orange chairs, and I think like the orange with the white and with the purple kind of then can kind of feed in. I don't know, it just kind of softens. Then we have like the dark pinks there, so we'll see. But I will be putting the lavenders there. I think that'll be a good spot for them. The asters there, I think that'll be a good spot for them. And then having the Nepeta there to kind of surround the bird bath will be nice. And then having it there will be nice. And then maybe I'll get a couple more plants for up on the patio as well, because like the patio will have lots of pots and stuff. And then this side, so that buddleia is very big and it's stopping a lot of sun getting onto the patio just like there. So I might cut that back a bit, and I might prune the top of the honeysuckle a bit because I feel like that they're taking over that bed, and there seems to be like a lot of purple in there, purple and white. I know I have like the pink thingy bobs there, but I need more pink. Maybe that pink hydrangea, we'll see. But I'm just going to take my time and kind of just, when Mum comes home, we'll have a sit and a chat. And like I still have all these pots here, and as I said, the foxgloves, because they're on like the downward turn for those right now, I don't want to plant them out yet. I think I'll, oh, there's another lavender there in a pot, so I think that'll be it for now. Like, I'm sure we'll have a little play around, but that's what they always recommend doing when it comes to plants that you have like bought from the garden centre, or like you've sown from seed, is to put them on the ground. Or I have now some flowers in the greenhouse that need to be put out. I'll put those along there as well. Yeah, put them out, see how you think, and go from there. I'm just sitting down on the chair here, and I love how that looks. I love that there's like lots of height and texture and colour. Okay, and I can see the vision there. The vision's down the road, but it's there. And then here, that's the sheets. That'll be like a wall of kind of like cottagey, gardeny vibes. Okay, I'm seeing, I feel like I wish that border was bigger, but anyway, it'll do for now. But no, just sitting here, I really like there. Okay, that's good. When I like the little grass that's up there, I don't know if that's there on purpose or what. It's in a pot with some achillea, and then I think when that trellis is full of greenery, it'll look fab. And then if I need to take anything up, I can. Nothing is permanent in the garden. I spilled my lunch on my top, and I was like, no, I'm not changing it, I'm going into the garden. I'm just sitting here having like a wave of, like having a few waves. So one wave is of appreciation and relief that I'm not feeling the way I did this time last year. So this time last year, it was the end of June, start of July, and we knew that the work was going to be starting on the garden or on the house in September. And I just had it hanging over me the whole time, and I wasn't able to like fully enjoy the garden. I tried. Like now, having that done and dusted, it's just I have that like wave of relief, like, oh my god. So now that it's done and I'm getting to play in the garden, I just had that wave, and I just wanted to share that. The second wave is I need more pink plants. I need more pink, because I feel like this little area is like the jewel garden, do you know? I'm obsessed with this planter, and look at this tree. Every day I look at this tree and like more and more of the leaves are changing colours, so that's gonna be fab. Then here has like a decent amount of pink. I'm happy with that. Is there too much pink? I think there's too much pink. Yeah, no, there's definitely too much pink here, because like those two are kind of like jewel toned. But then I kind of like the fact that they are for here, because this bed gets like loads of sunshine, okay? But like here, I only have purple and white. I will have yellow with the sunflowers, do you know? And then over there I have like no pink, like a tiny bit of pink in them things. I need more pink. I do like this. And I love the movement of these. Okay, I'm happy with that. I don't need to go to the garden centre. I'm just really happy to be planting. And yeah, we cut the grass again for the second time today. It's looking good. Mum had to go out and get the string for the strimmer that broke today. It's a work in progress, but aren't we all? I'm completely a work in progress. But no, it's good. It's a relief. It is the next day. I'm wearing the same thing that is stained because it's going to be really hot out there. I know I'm going to be sweating, but we're going to plant some stuff and I'm excited. And look, so we have these little lights. They're like solar powered panels that we bought in Home Bargains last year. So we're charging those, and then Mum, I don't know where they are. Mum got these as well, so presumably we're charging them because they're not in here, just to see what they're like. It says realistic flaming effect, just like real flame. We'll see. I think I said in yesterday's, like the clips I filmed yesterday, that I want to prune back the honeysuckle a bit. I'm doing that. I'm not letting her near it because she'll just go mad, and no. I absolutely love the smell of honeysuckle, and it does so well on this north-facing fence, which I love. And I actually love the fact that the landscapers were able to fix the new fence up on the old fence posts and not affect the honeysuckle because it smells lovely. So as I was cutting it back, I could see that it was starting to bloom, or I could see the buds starting. So I was like, right, I'm not going to cut anything back too much. When they bloom, then I'll cut it back more. But the buddleia definitely has kind of taken over this border, so I'm just cutting off some of the volume of it, and when it goes over, I'll then decide if I'm going to keep it there or not. But it opened up so much more space for flowers and for plants and everything. Now, this whole digging in part, like planting out the plants, it took hours. But I'm not going to make you watch me plant stuff and dig stuff for hours and hours. Like, I had 50 gigabytes of footage from the footage like that I filmed for this whole video. It's very funny. But I'm excited for this Nepeta to grow up around that bird bath, because I think it'll give the birds a sense of a bit more safety. It's not like completely out in the open, so we'll see. I've never had a bird bath over this side of the garden before. We have the large one, well, we had the large one over in the other border, which is now in the greenhouse, so I will actually take that out now this week and do that. But I just loved planting stuff out, and you get to imagine how it's going to look in a few months next year. Delighted. I'm going to move on to this side to plant these out. We had a little bit of rain. As you can see, that's like the true colour of the patio. I think that bed looks lovely, and I'll be able to do like a few little annuals in there because I don't want to be like looking at soil. I want to be like looking at plants. Okay, we've stopped for a little bit of lunch, and now I'm going to take out some, look at the little hoverfly bee things. I don't know if you can see it there. Up there. So I think I'm going to plant out these zinnias, Lythrum salicaria. I don't know what that is. I have to Google that now. And then I'm going to plant out this as well. Oh shit, sorry. Or is that on its last legs? We've cut back after flowering period. They will flower for the second time. Okay. Now, I cannot let Edward Scissorfingers do that. But I think I plant them and I'll cut them back. So that'll go out. These are Chinese lantern, but I was looking up online. Apparently these are very invasive, so I'll keep that in pots. And actually I'll plant these out. These are Amimagus. They're kind of like white, fluffy plants, so I'll do that. Here, just sit them there. And I think I'll do some here and some over the other side as well, because it'd be nice to kind of have a few different plants, or it'll be nice to have like a few of the same plants in different areas, you know, to kind of tie everything in. So I'll plant out the cosmos and then I'll pinch them. What I might do is I might plant these sunflowers out where the obelisk is, and I can kind of use the obelisk to support them. That's what I'll do. Okay, we'll do that. I was happy that the previous day I had laid all of the pots out where I kind of thought I wanted things, because I did end up changing things around just a tiny little bit, you know, nothing too bad. But I keep saying to Mum, I think she's always afraid of planting things in the ground. And when we first started watching Gardener's World, Monty was like digging things up and moving things around, and so anytime she starts to freak out about that, I'm like, Mom, nothing's permanent. We can dig it up, we can move things around, it'll be fine. Do I plant things too closely together in this border? Yes I do. But it's fine. This is all part of the learning process and the learning curve. We're going to see if these cosmos live their best lives, and at this point here I'm pinching out the top little shoots to hopefully help them become bushier rather than just be tall and have like one or two flowers on the top. So by pinching them out, you're encouraging them to develop side shoots. So we'll see if it happens. They've always worked really well in pots for me. especially on the patio. So it'll be interesting to see how they compare over here. And I finally planted out some of my Amimages. Hopefully these will get really tall and billowy. And I just love this border for movement because it's the border that we see when we're in the living room, when we're in the new extension. And I just think it's fab because all we've ever had there is just roses and kind of random bits. So now it feels a little bit more cohesive. The garden feels a bit more cohesive. So we're having discussions about where to plant these solar panel lights, and I think they're dinky. We had kind of just tested them out in the house last year when we bought them in Home Bargains, and they were cheap enough. And I just tied them with twine, with garden twine, onto the trellis. They're really, really lightweight, and the solar parts at the very top pop out, so you can charge them separately if you wanted. And then I thought it might be interesting to put this obelisk down right in this corner and use it to support the couple of sunflowers that were in the greenhouse. So we'll see if it works. Try and get this on camera without the security going on. Yeah. It looks cool. So there is one there that needs to come on. Yeah, hold on, let me come out. They look so cute. And then this one. Look like little fires. Oh, they're nice. Another makeup free day, but that's okay because I'm in the process of getting things ready for my nephew to come and visit. So I'll be minding him for a few days. So I'm not going to get a chance to get out in the garden much, but I realised that I don't think I filmed a kind of finished explanation of the beds that I planted the other day. So let's do that now because it's nice and sunny. A bit windy, so hopefully the little microphone muffy cover thing will help that. Look, I had a feeling that these were going to be red, and I think that'll go really nicely in this little area here. This is like the little jewel toned area. And like even since planting this the other day, like that's after coming on loads. I love it. I want to get another one of them. And I definitely have space for something else in there. So maybe I'll bring Matthew to the garden centre. We'll see. But can I just show you this? This is like the vibrancy that we're talking when it comes to this this tree. I actually took footage last night on my phone. I'll show you these that are lit up. Now it gets dark very late here. I can't stay up that late. But I did the best of what I could at like 10 o'clock. I was exhausted last night. But this is the little area, and we put this geranium here. I just thought it was the sweetest little thing, and the leaves smell lovely, like minty, like eucalyptusy mint. Really nice. And so things seem to have settled here now. I've had a little bit of rain over the few days. So what I did was, this is my thought process. So we have the Amimages there because I thought that that'd be nice going around the bird bath. I'm hoping that these self-seed a little bit more along here. We've got snapdragons, and then I'm hoping that the Nepeta then kind of grows up to kind of cover the side of the bird bath there. Now I do need to get plant supports for the guara, I think it's called. So yeah, that's okay. I'll sort that out. And yeah, everything else seems to have settled. Like the rose is coming on slowly. Loving the scabious. That's a nice bit of white, and I really like whatever that is there. It's pretty. Now these, I thought I was going to have to get supports for these, but no, they seem to be doing okay, except I think the phlox haven't made it, and the sunflowers, yeah, I think everything here needs a feed, so I'll do that at the weekend. Here we haven't looked at yet, but we will, don't worry. Oh look, raspberries. Oh, Matthew will be so happy. Oh, there's more coming up there. Okay, cool. I'm not going to eat that. He can do that. And then on this side, so look, we have some of the honeysuckle is starting to come out. So whenever these finish blooming, then I'll kind of cut this back a bit more just to keep it a little bit more flush, so that here isn't like totally in the shade. I just put those pots there just for now. I love this there. Really nice. My little what do you call that thing? Fuchsia seems happy there. These seem happy, whatever that is. Can't remember the name. That I'm going to cut that back and see if I get another flourish. And I think I can do that with these as well, with these salvias. So we'll see. Now the crocosmia seem to have settled as well, embedded in nicely. So these, that's more Amimages there. So it'll be interesting to see. These are in the shade a lot more than the other side. So it'll be interesting to see how they come up. And I can't remember what this was. think this might be what that is. We'll see. But love these little pops of colour, and look, they still be starting to bloom there as well, so it's looking good. But there's definitely room for more height there, but I think I'm trying really hard like not to overplant the beds, because like I know that the jasmine hopefully will take over this trellis, and I don't want to overpack it, but maybe I do for now. Like maybe I could like plant taller things back there, because this isn't gonna like grow properly until kind of like next year. And like look, I've loads of space. Don't make me go to the garden centre. But no, I really love this little corner. It's so cute. So we're thinking here might be like a little vegetable / hydrangea area, because I was reading and they were saying the hydrangeas like to have morning sun, like sun and part shade. But they said if you are going to put it in sun, to put it in oh, that's starting to bloom as well. They said oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, they said that morning sun is better because it's like less intense, because if I was to put it up on the patio, now I know that pink one is there, but that's going to be in the shade, but if I was to put it up there, it'd be too hot for it, do you know? So the mission is to focus on just finishing the beds, and then we're talking container garden for here and for up here and for here. I'm very excited. So we just chose here as like a little woodlandy area. I say woodland, there's 2 ferns. So we put those here because that's quite shady. But I need to just check now. And then we have like a bleeding heart there as well. But like if they don't do well there, that's fine, we can move it. But I have another salvia amistad here that I will be putting up on the patio because they like the sun. And we'll see if these apples, if anything happens with them. But like this is coming on great. The little wisteria, and it looks really nice against there, so, but I don't think it gets enough sun for it. Maybe I could put it up in a pot up there. We'll see. Do I need any excuse to buy more plants? No. I even asked Matthew yesterday or today, I was like, do you want to come to the garden centre with me? And he was like, yeah. So maybe we'll do that. But thanks Mel for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and enjoy your garden. I know that we're always out there pottering and doing bits, but it's really nice as well and important to sit and take those moments, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 2 minutes, just to sit and look around and let nature kind of fill your soul. Because what I've noticed is, like, since planting those plants in the beds, the amount of wildlife now, the bees, the little hoverfly bee thingies, I've seen butterflies here as well, so I love that. I just love sitting and looking and listening and watching. It's just magic. Anyway, see you in the next video. Okay, bye.